It's coffee time. Oh, that tastes so good right now. The house is really cold, so drinking something warm is very nice. We've been leaving the AC on because, okay, wait, let me give you the update. So we're back in Dodger After Dark mode. We will have this mode for another 2 days because apparently we have to leave those breakers off and the ceiling busted open for 3 days to make sure that the leak was actually patched up and that there isn't a completely separate problem that we didn't identify. So I will only have lamps for a little while. But one of the things that they told us to do was to leave the AC on a lot. I think I told you guys that yesterday. So we're leaving the AC on like all the time. It winds up with just a, I say this as I'm like in a tank top, but it winds up with like a kind of chilly house, you know? The sort of chilly where even when you put something on, you're like, I'm like too warm now, because it's not that it's actually cold, it's just like there's just a weird chill in the house. So I'm just dealing with it. This is the heightened form of comfort for me right now, is just to have the tank top on and deal with the chilliness and drink coffee. Yes. So today, what happened? I got up this morning and I went for a checkup and we talked about all of my tests, and I think I told you guys this, that all of my blood tests came back perfectly fine, everything's great, except my vitamin D levels are low, which is weird because I live in LA and there's literally no excuse for that. So one of the things that I've been doing ever since my blood tests is I sit outside once a day with like a tank top and shorts on, and I just sit on the porch and try to soak up sun. But sometimes soaking up sun backfires, like when you get a big old burn on your face. And here's the thing, I think that this is technically a milk sunburn, which is so gross and weird. Because yesterday, in that video, I poured milk all over myself again, and then we were just standing in the sun for a long time because they only have one shower at YouTube headquarters, so it was one of us at a time going in and taking a shower. So I just hung out outside because I was like, whatever, it's warmer out here, so this is kind of nice. I'm just going to deal with it, right? So then yesterday when I got home and I had taken my shower and I had wiped all the weird makeup off of my face, I remember looking at myself and saying, my cheeks look a little red, but they don't feel burned, they just look a little red, so maybe I had a weird allergic reaction to something. Those were my thoughts. Oh, ant. The ants are back. By the way, nothing is going right for me in this house. Get out of here! I don't want you leading your friends back. So, yes. I wake up this morning and I scrunch up my nose because I scrunch up my nose a lot in my daily interactions. I don't know why. It's something that I've tried to stop doing. I don't do it nearly as much anymore. But yeah, I scrunched up my nose while I was talking at one point, and it like hurt so bad. And I could not figure out why, because I'm a dummy. And then once I looked in the mirror, I went, oh! Oh! And I think what happened is it's just like when you've been in the water and then you come out and you're in the sun and the water kind of magnifies. I seriously think the milk magnified the sun on my face. Isn't that gross? I feel very soft. I feel very soft and happy about that. But I don't want none of that weirdness. I don't want any weird milk burns. So that happened to me. Somebody was saying that maybe it was because I'm lactose intolerant, but I was like, I mean, I did this before. Like I've now done this twice, and the first time I did not have a burn or a rash on my face. So I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm pretty sure that this is just a magnified milk burn. Let's just go with that because that's the more funny story, and that's kind of what I want to believe happened. But I've been touching on my face all day, like trying to make it feel better. But yeah, so I went and talked to my doctor, and then I went into a meeting. We talked about a bunch of stuff. And there was pizza there, and I was like, no, I should not eat this pizza because I'm trying to eat better. Like, I keep eating pizza and chicken tenders and just, like, things that are awful for me. And what I was really craving was this new ginger limeade drink that somebody turned me on to, and I was like, oh man, I really want that. So the second the meeting was over, I went into the grocery store, and I bought a bunch of fruit, and then this ginger limeade drink is this. It is so good. If you have this brand, if you live in a country that has it, it's so good. But it's spendy. It's where like all of the naked drinks and all of those are, Odwalla, like all of those. It's right next to those. And at first I was like, oh, I don't want to, oh, this is so spendy. And then I was like, no, it's okay. I'm going to splurge. I'm going to treat myself right today because I have a milk burn on my face. So I drink all the ginger limeade. So good. If you love limeade and you love ginger, it's like magic. And then I ate a ton of raspberries. So I had a pretty good afternoon. Then I had dinner, and we did Manga Pod, and we talked about Magi, or however you pronounce it. And, again, that's, like, become one of my new favorite manga. Like, I can't stop reading it. So, we had fun talking about it. It's funny, though, because I think because it's really good, and the characters are so interesting and fun, but it's very, like, standard shonen, and we were talking about that. So, when you read it, you're like, yeah, I'm having so much fun, these are great, these characters are awesome, but when you go to talk about it, there isn't all that much to talk about, honestly. It's just like, this character's cool, this character's cool, this character's cool, this idea's kind of neat, thanks for watching, you know? So, we were all really excited to keep reading it, and Yokorama and I have already read into the hundreds. I haven't caught up. They're almost at chapter 200 by now, and I have not caught up by any means. But someday I will catch up, and it will be magical. Can I tell you something? I wanted so bad for the cat to be doing this when I started filming, but this is life. So I put the car here, and sometimes Kitty would lay here and look out this window. It was so cute. I was like, Kitty, you are adorable. It looked like my cat was driving the car. It was awesome. But yeah, I figured out, it's my friend Isaac's birthday today. Way back in the day, I retweeted, or not retweeted, I just tweeted a thing about him because he 100%ed Dark Souls. Like, a long time ago, like, not too long after it came out, he had 100%ed that game, and I was like, what? You were crazy. And, so it's that same friend. He's also the one who owns Zero the cat, Zero the Mega Man cat, and I figured out what I'm going to give him for his birthday, and I'm very excited about it. But that's all I can tell you, because what if he sees this? He doesn't watch the show. But what if somebody sees it and they're like, Isaac, I know what she's gonna give you for your birthday. And I'll be so upset. It's a drawing, though. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be like a 3-panel comic, and I know exactly what it's going to look like. I have to just sit and draw it. I'm so excited. And when it's done, if it looks good, I'll upload it and put it on Tumblr so you guys can see it. But it's, I'm really jazzed. I'm really jazzed about it. It's going to be amazing. I think that tonight, they're all at dinner right now, like, celebrating or whatever. I had to do Manga Pod, so. And I think they're all going to be hanging out at somebody's house tonight, so I might be leaving tonight. But I might also be sitting here and playing Soul Sacrifice, woo, because that's my life. I've played so much of that game, oh my gosh, it's so fun. The music is constantly stuck in my head. Any of you who've played it, there's like the menu music when you're just looking at the book, but you're not in the world yet. It's this woman's voice. It's almost like, you know, in a Disney movie when there's a girl who's just like la 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 la. It's like that sort of a thing, except slower and darker. Like the notes are really dark. Oh my gosh. It gets stuck in my head so well. And I'm playing it in my head right now. Playing it right now. It's so nice. Yeah. There's a beast that I cannot beat, and I'm not sure what I need to do. And it sucks because, like, I can't even figure out how to explain this. Like, there are two different things that you can beat. There's a point in the game where you've done, like, the whole intro storyline, right? And then you can either do things in one area or do things in another area. And you can go back and forth. Like, you don't have to be experiencing these memories in any certain order unless they're within the same timeline. Does that make sense? So, like, I did all this stuff that had to do with me being part of this, like, sorcerer's group with my little bros, and I got up to, like, the level 3 difficulty stuff. And then I started to have some trouble. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go to this other section that's, like, famous sorcerers that he met in his travels. Okay? So I'm on the very first famous sorcerer. The difficulty level is 1. And I cannot beat this dumb... I'm so angry. I'm so irritated about this. I've tried to beat this thing so many times. I can't beat this stupid... Like, it's this big slime beast, but it's made of gold, and it spits out slime balls of gold at you. And it does so much damage. And the dude, the sorcerer that you're traveling with, he is no help. He just dies over and over again, and then you have to run over to him and revive him. There was one time when I played it, and I was like, I'm just going to sacrifice you and take all your power. But it didn't give me enough for it to be worth it. I, like, sacrificed him, and I was like, oh my gosh, does that mean that this entire storyline is just done? If I just sacrifice this guy, and I just, like... Done with you. So I sacrificed him, and then the beast just, like, sat on me, and I died. I was so angry. It's just like, I can't do this. This is so hard. So I'm still trying. I keep swapping out different, like, abilities, but I can't tell what abilities are doing the best amount of damage because you don't see they don't have, like, an HP bar or anything like that. So, like, I don't know if there's an element that's helpful. I don't know if there's a type of ability that's helpful. Obviously, I need to be doing ranged stuff because she spits out the big... But I don't have a whole lot of ranged things, and they run out of juice really quick. So I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know, guys. But that game is so fun. That game is so fun. I'm probably just gonna, like, lay in bed and play that game forever. Tomorrow on TGS Podcast, I'm going to be like, guys, let me play Sacrifice. It's so good. You guys. And then I'm going to have to grovel to TV and be like, you were right. The Vita is amazing. You were right. The Vita is fantastic, and I love it. Anywho, I'm going to go. But I hope that you guys had a great day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Mwah.